Hello, I'm Bliznub, and welcome to Building the Best. Today we're going to be looking at the Sibear, the Magistar's cool new companion. God damn it. Have I really made... You know what? We're just going to roll with it, guys. Cold puns. Cold puns in the comments below. I want to see as many as you can make. They better be awesome, though. Anyhow, the Sibear is a cool new weapon because of two things. First, it is the second pure cold damage weapon in the game, behind the Galaxian. And that is quite awesome, because there are very few pure elemental weapons which aren't pure, for instance, corrosive or blast. And this is truly awesome, because cold damage means we can build this weapon into blast, viral, or magnetic very, very easily, or just go pure cold damage and have ridiculous amounts of slowing attacks. The other thing this weapon has that makes it very, very awesome is the second highest base damage of any melee, joined with, I believe, the Jack Tag and the Sindo Prime. It's only behind the War as far as damage goes. Now, bear in mind, this is actually quite a slow weapon, being a hammer, but it's still a lot of base damage at 130. Now then, diving right in, what we have with this weapon is nothing particularly fancy. I mean, the attack speed is alright, but it's a hammer, so that's going to be, relatively speaking, slow. The crit chance is slightly too low for a Bloodrush Berserker build, although it is still feasible, and if you do want a Bloodrush Berserker build for this weapon, here it is. It's very simple, very elegant, it works delightfully. I just don't particularly like it, because with 15% crit chance, you only get 80... I keep doing the maths and I keep forgetting. It's either 83 or 84% crit chance at a 3 times multiplier, which is as high as you can honestly expect to get with this weapon. But moving on, because, as I say, I don't like a Bloodrush Berserker build, I'm just showing this because why not? The one thing this weapon has that makes it very, very unique is that on charge attacks, its base status chance goes up to 50%, which is incredible. It basically means that if you particularly want to proc an enemy, all you have to do is hold down E whilst you have it equipped, and you can get any proc you want. Now, if we go over to my B page, you can see I've built around that fact. So we have pressure point and body count for base damage, and body count is pretty much just a base damage mod now, seeing as it allows you to keep your multiplier higher for longer, which allows your weapon to have a higher crit multiplier, damage multiplier from the combo counter for longer without risking the multiplier falling off. We then have Fury for attack speed, as it is a hammer. 1.3 attack speed is honestly a tiny bit lacking, and I wish I could get a bit more, but Berserker isn't appropriate without Bloodrush. We have Prime Breach, because hammers are a little shy on range, and Prime Breach definitely helps this weapon in that regards. I wouldn't recommend a regular reach here, honestly. Prime Breach is very good for the weapon, but a regular one probably isn't going to cut it. Then we have Molten Impact, Northwind, Vicious Frost, and Volcanic Edge for damage. And the reason why we didn't go for 4 elementals when we have Vicious Frost and Volcanic Edge is because I wanted this 22% status chance. Now, on regular attacks, that 22% status chance is fairly poor, but on a charge attack, that's guaranteed status proc, which is incredible. Now, we have here blast damage, but I'm actually going to take this off very quickly and put on viral damage, because I want to show this off. Oh, and if you don't like the damage types I'm showing, as always, just switch them out for whatever you prefer. And you can, of course, build any combo and cold. So, what was I doing again? I believe I was putting viral damage on this weapon, for which I need Virulent Scourge. So now we have 1,144 viral damage, and we can get a guaranteed viral proc if we do a charge attack, which is fantastic. And the final thing I do need to say before I go into mission and show you guys this fantastic weapon is you don't need 2 Former. I put 2 V polarities on this weapon, and the reason I put the second one on was because I wanted to equip Shattering Storm without having to drop a mod off, and Crushing Ruin is a perfectly good stance. Honestly, I don't know the pros and cons between these two stances. I just prefer the combos in Shattering Storm myself. So anyhow, let us try this thing out, and today we have a delightful little sortie against some Grenier, who I believe are resistant to viral damage? No, they're not, because Radiation Viral is preferential damage. So anyhow, let us go try this thing out. And if we find anything that doesn't die in a couple hits, we could just charge up this weapon and halve their health. And then some. So, okay. Just ignore me repeatedly headbutting a log, and let's get into this. Obviously, stealth attacks were going to one-shot absolutely everything, but let's move on from that. Let's draw a little bit of attention to ourselves. Delightful. We can see this weapon is dealing fantastic amounts of damage to these guys. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with the Kubro, actually, so I'm just going to ignore them for now. I will admit I didn't know this was on Earth, and I kind of forgot Kubro would be here, because I don't believe viral damage has any use against them. But anyhow, we have that delightful little crystallizing effect on ground pounds, which is so nice. And it also, I believe, deals guaranteed cold damage on the ground pound. And we can see, though, the viral damage against Grineer is doing fantastic amounts of damage. Actually going to go and start the Sab real quick, just so we can get a larger group of enemies going in here, because this is a little slower than I would like. And I need to go down here. What am I doing? There we go. Yep, delightful. Do I smash it? I believe I smash it. Yay. Alright, now if I go and hit X on the injector, we should get a lovely little crowd of Grineer that I can show you the primed reach working on. But honestly, this weapon is a lot of fun, and as far as an upgrade from the Magistar goes, I know it's 30,000 cryotic, which seems like a lot, but it is so very worth it as far as an upgrade from the Magistar goes. And truthfully, I didn't think 30,000 cryotic was a lot myself, simply because I run a lot of Triton for fusion cores. So, hey, no, bad butcher. Anyhow, here we go. We can see the delightful combos of the Shattering Storm. Now, to be fair, Crushing Ruin does have this one fantastic spinning stance, which is very, very fun indeed. But I do just like the stances here, and especially if you hit E and then you have this little jab where you just poke them in the chest with your hammer. Like, no, bad. But if I can just find a Grineer who might actually survive 2 or 3 hits of this weapon, I will be able to show you why that... no, not him. Come on, let's get a heavy gunner or something. I can show you why this guaranteed status proc is so very good. Because it halves their health immediately, even before the damage which applied the viral proc hits. It halves their health. Meaning that you are guaranteed to deal a little over half their health when you hit them with the viral proc, which is fantastic. And honestly, this weapon has some... This weapon is meaty, it really is. Anyhow, oh wow, I've gone on for a little longer than I intended, so I will cut it here. Sorry, I've had a lot of fun with this weapon. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please like and comment below. Give me your best cold puns. Seriously, that would be awesome. And subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm Bliznub, and this is, of course, the Sibear.